Hey, didn't see you there. I was just taking a massive poo. The other day, I was walking past a field, right, and I saw two cows smoking a joint and playing poker. I guess you could say the stakes were high. Welcome anyway to the Moocake Show. It's one of the worst shows on the internet. It's got no standards, it's got no quality, it's got fuck all going for it in general, to be perfectly honest. And yet, here I am, doomed and cursed apparently to run this shit show until the end of my days. I'll tell you what though, despite how disease-ridden this channel is, it's not quite as bad as Twitter. Twitter is something I've probably spoken about far too much on this YouTube channel, and it's probably something I've spent far too much time on in general. I've used it for a good 7 years now to look for degenerate things to make videos about, and then to promote said videos as well. And I've watched it just steadily decline. From, to be honest, the second I joined it. It's not a hot take at this point. Twitter is a complete and total cesspool. And certainly within the last 2 years at least, it's been downward spiraling way fucking quicker than usual. But, like with all lunatic cases and shit horror films, just when you think it can't get any more insane, suddenly something appears. What if I told you that Twitter has been ripped off? Completely, blatantly ripped off by its own creator. That's what appeared ironically on my Twitter timeline about a week ago from now, and if you're anything like me, you probably thought to yourself, what the fuck? So allow me to sate the fucks that you've given and tell the incredibly weird story of Twitter's new twin brother. And in order to do that, I'm going to have to take you back to the genesis, to the origin of the blue bird of doom, the bringer of bullshit opinions. I don't know why I've gone sinister, evil English guy. Sorry about that. I suppose it's in my genetics. This is Jack Dorsey. He's one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse who founded Twitter back in March 2006. He left in 2008 for a bit, assumedly to try and atone for the sin of creating Twitter. 2 other people took the CAO spot in the meantime, but then in 2013, old Jack returned to take the reins. And then brave Jack rode the Twitter train for 6 fucking years, assumedly attempting to either fix or reconcile for the monster he helped to create. Now in 2019, Mr. Dorsey had the grand old idea of making Twitter a more decentralized social media platform. What decentralized basically means is all the social media's data is stored on lots of smaller independent servers rather than one big fuck-off server owned by said social media company. Basically, the trade-off is you get more control, freedom and privacy, but at the cost of less moderation and more chances of bugs and tech issues. Make of that what you will, but regardless, the plans for deregulation are dubbed the Blue Sky Initiative, and on cracks Jack and his crack team. That is until late 2021, when Jack seems to finally realise that the monster he helped to create is beyond saving, and so he quits as the CAO again. From here, this guy takes over for about a year, until in November 2022, the company is bought out for $44 billion by everyone's favourite meme lord billionaire, Elon Musk, who still sits upon the dark and evil throne of Twitter to this very day. I've gone evil English guy again. Why the fuck do I keep doing this? Old Elon's had quite a time of it as the leader of Twitter already, mind you. Shortly after taking over and tweeting that the bird was free, he started banning any accounts that parodied his, and then he fired about 80% of the Twitter staff. This was followed by his announcement to make Twitter Blue a paid feature in the interest of fairness to all. And this prompted many people, including the author Stephen King, to tell him to fuck off. And since then, it's just steadily gone downhill over the last 6 odd months. Twitter's been on a downward spiral anyway, like I said, but in the last 6 months, yeah, I found myself using it less and less. It's just not as engaging anymore, even in a bad way. And this is again coming from someone who's used Twitter a lot over the last 7 years. The laying off of all that staff has apparently caused a shitload of maintenance issues for Twitter, plus the fact that anyone can just pay $8 a month now for Twitter Blue, it makes it very easy for degenerates to get their accounts verified, get their posts put to the top, and start drowning your feed out with their bullshit. According to recent estimates, Twitter is now valued at about $20 billion, which is less than half of what Elon bought it for back in November. So that's all great and fun, I'm sure you'll agree. And maybe some of you are thinking to yourselves, hey, that old Jack Dorsey really did jump ship at the right time, didn't he? Well, you'd probably be right, but here's where it gets more interesting. Do you remember that Blue Sky initiative I mentioned a little while back? Jack Dorsey took that with him when he left Twitter. In August 2021, it was turned into its own independent company, and just like that, it was completely lifted from Twitter. And now, after a year and a bit of pissing about with it, Blue Sky is available as an app. It's been launched as its own new social media platform on iOS and Android. And from what I've heard, it is a complete and total rip-off of Twitter. So this is where it gets a little bit anticlimactic. While the app is out, what I've only just figured out is it's still in private beta mode. I'd never opened the Blue Sky app until about 20 minutes ago. My idea was to sit down on camera and open it and go in completely blind for the first time. And sure enough, this is what I was greeted with. So you start off with a lovely little loading screen, very quaint, very pretty, takes absolutely fucking ages, mind you. And then you get this. So obviously create a new account, I don't have one. You are then invited, if it ever fucking loads, to choose a hosting provider. I'm assuming this is to do with deregulation shit, but I've got absolutely no clue what this means, to be perfectly honest. If you put other in, you're prompted for dev servers and shit, so fuck if I can be bothered with that. So if you go back to the Blue Sky default, it takes a little while to connect, because what I'm gathering is this app is slow as fuck. You go next, and then you're given this. You don't have an invite code, join the waitlist to try the beta before it's publicly available. So obviously I've joined the waitlist, but fuck knows how long that's going to take. Obviously if/when they get back to me and people want to see a part 2 where we go through Blue Sky, I would love to do that. So leave some comments, leave some likes, etc, because this could be a little duology on the YouTube channel. The best I can do at the moment then is show you a few screenshots. This is genuinely the first time I've looked at them, and yeah, I mean, it's basically fucking Twitter, isn't it? I mean, that is blatant. The account page is exactly the fucking same. There's even, yeah, you've even got apps on it. It's still going to use the Twitter app. Retweet, like, reply. It basically looks like Twitter from a couple of years ago. It is basically what I'm getting. They've basically lifted this deregulation idea from Twitter, and as a result, they've just got a kind of copy of Twitter from November 2021 when Dorsey left, that they've just been fucking about with and trying to make stable, I guess. I don't know the ins and outs of deregulation fucking social medias, but I assume, like any social media, it takes a while to get off the ground and get working. You'd have thought they'd at least change, you know, some of the buttons, or like, you know, the shape of the profile pictures or something, but no, it is fucking identical. So yeah, again, slightly actually I haven't stopped my fucking phone screen recorder. I should probably do that, shouldn't I? So, like I said, slightly anticlimactic ending to the video. Apologies about that. Genuinely, I wasn't aware that it was a private beta. I probably should have looked that up. But the offer of part 2 stands, and regardless, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this dysfunctional little video. More is coming soon. I have some really, honestly, strange ideas, to be perfectly honest, for topics, but should be fun. Oh, also, you can bet your sweet ass, if Blue Sky ever becomes a thing, I'm going to start posting on it quite a lot for the fucking memes. I'm going to amass a little collection of very shit social medias, I think, for the Moocake show. We've got a MySpace one already, and now we will hopefully soon add Blue Sky to that list. Any more that you want to see me have a look at, hit them down below. We could even turn this into a little kind of mini-series, who fucking knows. Anyway, with that, I bid you adieu. I'm off to post some hot takes on LinkedIn now. Take it steady, and remember to drink plenty of water.